What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Deadpool and Wolverine by ZD Toys. Starting off this video, guys, we are of course taking a look at the ZD Toys packaging, and it is of course that solid cardboard crate with the magnetic door that swings wide open to showcase the figure, but we won't spoil how it looks just yet. We do of course see a beautiful image of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine with the iconic claws crossed, Deadpool and Wolverine movie title down at the bottom. We also get some sketches from our buddy Wade around here on the crate. You'll see it on every different sides of it as well. Flipping over here to the side, guys, we see Deadpool and Wolverine, one of my favorite movies of 2024. Actually, I think it might have been my favorite movie of 2024. It was a pretty great time. Over here on the back, guys, is of course some beautiful product shots of the figure in many different poses. And I have to say, it is fantastic to finally have a 7-inch Wolverine to display in cross universes standing next to like the McFarlane Batman. And flipping over to the side, guys, we see of course Deadpool and Wolverine again with another image of the figure, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. Nothing going on at the top and nothing going on at the bottom. And on the back side, we have the barcode for you barcode guys. Well, that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and rip Logan out of the packaging and see how he looks. So right here, guys, is Wolverine standing straight up and down on the rotating turntable. And I have to say, for my first-hand impressions on this figure, he looks absolutely beautiful. For a 7-inch Wolverine, this guy is borderline perfection. I only have I think 2, maybe 3 small gripes about him. I would, first off, really would like if the yellow wasn't as yellow. I wish it was like how we saw it in the film, where it's more of like a muted kind of like a yellowish orange, almost a gold, if you will. Not too gold, because you know I don't like my gold. However, I just want the yellow to be about a shade or two darker. I feel like this guy is very, very bright. However, with him being a Wolverine figure and we finally have a 7-inch, I am going to take it as is. I'm going to not look my gift horse in the mouth. I am just going to love it and take very, very good care of it. And I am so happy to finally put him on the shelf next to a Batman. Because as you know, he's like Batman, except he can turn his neck. I absolutely love that line from the movie. I thought it was freaking hilarious. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and get Logan off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, Wolverine does come with a plethora of different hands. However, I absolutely love that he does come with his own waist grabbing stand. You can use it for leaps and bounds, or you can twist it around and just use it to hold him by the waist, so that way he doesn't fall over. I think it looks absolutely awesome, and I'm definitely going to be displaying him standing on the platform. When it comes to his hands, guys, he does of course come with 2 fisted hands, so you can definitely get him unsheathed. You can also come with 2 relaxed hands, great for the walking poses. And then of course he comes with his grasping hands as well. And then we have of course his claw hands. I absolutely love these, but my one gripe for these is that they're too flimsy, and if you push them together, they end up staying like that. I've definitely soaked it in hot water. I got them straightened out. I'm a firm believer that Wolverine's claws should come out, obviously not that far, but really spaced out, something like that. That is what I picture when Wolverine's claws comes out in my head. That may just be maybe I dropped there. That maybe just be something I've seen in the comments, or, maybe I'm just prone to how Hugh Jackman's claws come out, where they're a little more spaced out. But I absolutely love it that you can get them to sit in this pose. You just are going to have to straighten them out because they're all smushed in together when you take them out of the box. So just make sure you are careful with how you are displaying these. They obviously won't break, so I'm grateful with that. But I just wish that they were just a little bit more tougher, almost like how they are with the Marvel Legends. How they're a little stiff. They're just a little stiff, but you can still mush them together. But these guys are just super flimsy. But they still look great. The shine, the sheen, they all just looks amazing. With all that said, guys, let's go ahead and move away from the accessories and take a closer look at his detail. In terms of the detail, guys, this Wolverine does look freaking amazing. McFarlane Toys, take some notes. This guy right here does, of course, have the entire detail and texture that he had throughout the film, all throughout this suit. He is beautifully sculpted. He looks absolutely amazing. Starting off with the head sculpt, of course, the mouthpiece doesn't look so much like Hugh Jackman. You can definitely see him in there, more like a kind of a twin situation, but it's definitely a little bit different. He definitely has like kind of a full goatee going on here. I would have loved to seen just the iconic mutton chops, just one tuft and another on each side of his chin with a big gaping gap right here. However, I still think it looks phenomenal. Going down here now, guys, looking at his chest, like I was talking about with the suit, guys, he looks absolutely amazing. I love filling all the grooves throughout his suit. I love that he is, he definitely has some good articulation there. Just make sure when you guys get him, you soak him in hot water. Nothing worse than trying to pose a cold figure and the legs and arms pop off. This guy didn't, but I've had it happen before, especially with ZD Toys, their Iron Man figures. I have a lot of ZD Toys in their Iron Man figures. Just make sure you put this guy in some hot water, but make sure you get him nice and loose, especially when changing out his hands. If you want his claw hands put in, you're definitely going to have to treat those with care because he's got little tiny peg joints. Those are more prone to breaking than the thicker ones, so just make sure you're very careful. Going down here now, guys, looking at his midsection, I love that he has the little X. I wish the X had a sense of detail sculpted into it, but it is just painted on there, but it is still beautifully done. I absolutely love this figure. The only thing that you can obviously see right now that gets on my nerves is the paint chippage and trying to find a blue that matches this blue, so it's definitely going to be a little bit of doctoring going on. Because in ZD Toys fashion, you have to pull the leg down before you swing it out and swing it back. So you're definitely going to have a little bit of paint chippage over time. So be very, very careful, or be like me, posing for the pictures on Instagram and then put him back in his home sweet home on the top shelf. Going over here now, guys, flipping to the back side of him. The back is as beautifully detailed as the front. He's definitely a bit of a tight ass going on over here. Hugh Jackman, where did it go? What are you doing? No, I'm just kidding, guys. But he definitely has detail all the way throughout the back. Just the suit looks perfect. The Wolverine figure is amazing. Going down here now, guys, looking at his legs and his boots, they are also treated with as much love as the rest of the figure. ZD Toys hit the nail right on the head, and I'm almost leaning to a 10 out of 10. I'm almost about to ignore the paint chippage and just give it the 10 out of 10. I would say I really do love the head sculpt, although the tips of my ears are a little chipped. And there's also something else that you can do with this figure, and I will show you that right now. If you have a Marvel Legends 6-inch Wolverine, his head will go on to the ZD Toys body. It is a bit small. However, I think it looks absolutely amazing. And another thing that I like to do, like I wish they did in the film, is you can give him the hooded look. So if you have the 97 Wolverine, the X-Men 97 Wolverine that comes with the downed hood, you can definitely pop this guy's head off. It is loose fitting, so make sure you guys are aware of that. You can definitely put that on there too, get it on there nice and snug, and then pop the head back on, and then boom, he looks like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine with the mask pulled back. I think that is a beautiful look. I had it, oh, let me fix that for us real quick there. There we go. I had it posed up on the shelf just like this, standing next to the ZD Toys Deadpool. So a bit of a spoiler, that will be my next video, as we'll be taking a look at Deadpool. However, this guy just looks, this is an all-time favorite of mine. This Wolverine figure, I'm going to put it in my will. This one's going to be buried with me. I'm taking this one to the grave. This is my Wolverine right here, guys. Well, so guys, let's go ahead and move away from the detail and take a closer look at his size, his articulation, and let's jump into some size comparison. When it comes to how tall this Wolverine stands, guys, Wolverine does stand to the top of the head exactly 7 inches tall. So if you've been looking for the 7-inch Wolverine ripped straight out of the movies and can pose with your other figures, this is the guy that you're wanting to get. When it comes to his articulation, guys, bringing him closer to the camera, starting off with the head, he has two sources of articulation on his head and his neck. His head is on a ball joint like you saw, so it does pop off and roll all the way around. He gets some decent head tilt in there, and his neck is also on a ball joint as well, so you can swivel his neck left and right. Going down here now, guys, looking at his ab crunch, he can crunch forward, and he can also crunch backward, but he's not a limbo master. You can definitely see that there. I do wish that there was some more range. Maybe some doctrine's going to have to be done so that way he can get that iconic Wolverine squat pose with the claws at the ready. But we'll get to that on a later date. His shoulder joint has something very unique about it. It is a very useful butterfly joint or a hinge joint that can go all the way out and go all the way back in. His arms go out about that far, getting stuck by the shoulder pads, but they do rotate all the way around. He has a bicep swivel, double hinged elbows, and you saw his hands do come off, so they do, of course, rotate all the way around and hinge up and down. So you get a little Wolverine wave. Hello. Going down here now, guys, looking at his waist. His waist does crunch forward and crunch back as well. Gets a little bit of waist swivel, but almost non-existent. Actually, we'll just call it non-existent because it doesn't go anywhere except for that little bit. His legs do, of course, articulate down a little bit, and they go forward about that far, and they go back about that far, getting stuck by the lack of buttocks, having double hinged knees. And when it comes to his ankles, let's go ahead and fix that. His ankles do articulate down a little bit. They go up a little bit. He has great toe articulation, and he does have some ankle pivot. Starting off with the size comparison, guys, here we have the ZD Toys Wolverine standing next to the McFarlane The Dark Knight Batman. And as you can see here, Batman stands just a little bit taller. However, they still work beautifully. Next up, guys, here we have Wolverine standing next to ZD Toys' Iron Man, the Mark VI, my personal favorite Iron Man armor. And as you can see here, these two simply work beautifully. Next up, guys, here we have Wolverine standing next to NECA Toys' Homelander. Wolverine standing just a bit taller, however, it still works. And last but definitely not least, guys, here we have the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine action figure standing next to the Wolverine action figure. And as you can see here, the size simply doesn't work. Or if you'd want it to be more comic accurate short king, you could put the ZD Toys Deadpool next to this Wolverine. And this right here, this color is what I'm talking. I wish they would have put on this one to make it just a perfect 7-inch Wolverine. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my final review on this ZD Toys Wolverine, I'm going to have to give him a solid 9 out of 10. I really want to give him a 10 out of 10. However, the articulation, I just wish there was a little bit more give to this figure. The legs, the hips, they're a little bit tight. I wish there was a real waist swivel. I know the ab swivel kind of makes up for it in a little bit. However, once you turn him to the left or the right, he can only hinge so far forward, so he doesn't really get that deep Wolverine pose that you're trying to achieve. However, this figure does stand pretty great. He definitely is properly balanced, so you won't really have to utilize the stand unless you're going for like the jumping poses that he can get in, and it does look amazing. If I remember to take a photo of it, I will show you what I'm talking about. But this figure right here is definitely going on the top shelf. With all that said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. I'm currently almost at 400 subscribers. I'm currently sitting at 390, so I really hope 10 of you love this video and help me out there. I'm on my way to 500. That is my goal for the first of 2025. I am wanting to get there by at least Valentine's Day. That will be my Valentine's Day present from you guys. Show me just a little bit of love, guys, and I promise you these figure reviews will keep on coming at you at least 2 times a week. With all those other guys, I'm getting out of here, and I will see you in the next video.